Okay, welcome back to Imagine and Aspire. More Arduino. This is obviously going to be an ongoing thing. I've been playing with the shift register, flash lights, but it's also flashing at different intensities, which is what I wanted, because then we can hopefully use shift registers for lighting control, including dimming, at considerably less outputs than we would normally use straight from the Arduino. We'll have a closer look at it in a minute, a few seconds. It's quite interesting. We'll look at the code as well, because that's completely incomprehensible. Well, it is to me, so I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to show it to you and say, well, yeah, I don't know what this means. Let's have a look. And this is what we've got. I'm staring closely at the screen on the back of the camera because I can't tell if it's in focus or not. Yeah, I think it is. And I need a pointy thing to point at it. That's not a problem. If we focus on just one LED through the flashing pattern, I haven't worked out the pattern yet. So we just look at this one. You'll notice that as it cycles through, it increases in intensity. That's the important bit. That proves that we can use the shift register. Somebody's just falling on the floor. We can use the shift register for pulse width modulation, which is how we dim LEDs. This is a great breakthrough. We are chasing 8 LEDs and we're only actually using these 3 wires to supply the data. That's slightly better than using 8 outputs of the Arduino. We're only using 3, so we're saving 5 outputs, and apparently we can daisy chain the shift registers together so that they, it'll go through one and then that one will say to the next, right, your turn, and so it goes on. That will be really exciting. That could be quite useful for a number of things, like using an Arduino to drive, I don't know, 16, 32 maybe channels of LED dimming from one Arduino. If we can do that, I don't know yet, I haven't found out. That would be really exciting. Now we'll look at the code. Okay, so it's a bit lopsided, but that doesn't matter, does it? We'll look at the start of the code. Okay, this lot is just telling us what it does, or what it's called. Setup pin definition for bit shift register. Okay, data pin is to output is to digital pin 2, clock pin 3, and latch pin 4. That's okay. That's straightforward. We can understand that. That tells us where to plug things in and how they will be assigned. Set up a rate of hold brightness for each LED. Start each LED off with a different brightness. As LED brightness equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2. Okay, I'm now beginning to sort of glaze over here, folks. Delay time between each cycle. Delay time equals 1. Just purely in the interest of science, we're going to change that to 100. And I'm going to re-upload it just to see what happens. We get a slightly different and somewhat trippy pattern running on the LEDs. That's nothing exciting. We'll go back to 1 and see if it goes back to what it was doing. I've got a horrible feeling it won't. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then we get the setup, the data pin, clock pin and latch pin are set to output just as well. Then the loop, and already, for statement, that's going to help. For I loop equals 0, I loop greater than or less than 256 I loop plus plus. Okay, I'm lost. But it drags on a bit. Drags on quite a lot. And we've got this cycle through brightness levels, 1 through 4 for each LED, 4. Loop LED 2 equals 0, loop LED 2 less than 7, I don't know what that means. I don't know how that works. This is part of the problem. I find these wonderful things. Let's go back to looking at LEDs flash for a moment. Where are they? There they are. And a quick focus. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's lock off the camera. And there we go. Manual focusing today. This is one of the problems, you see. We get all these wonderful examples to try and they make LEDs flash. But you try getting an explanation anywhere of why they're doing it. What we've written to make them do that. The sketch here is actually a trial from somebody that was trying to do exactly what I think what we're trying to do, except she's going to get them to chase and fade through their chase sequence and RGBs and all sorts of things. And he said, I'm blundering around in the dark, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. I haven't written in C for about 20 years. And his first statement on the Arduino forum was, I'm a complete newbie with programming experience 20 years ago. Yeah, great. What about the rest of us who have no programming experience? It's not true. I did Visual Basic at university 20 odd years ago, and I can't remember anything from it. But this does at least prove that we're on the way to doing some lighting. We also have to look at infrared control, which I tried to do yesterday. Discovered I got a battery from the infrared control-y thing, which I shall just get out and plonk in the way. Next project is to play with, oh, you can't see it. You still can't see it because it's too dark. Shall we zoom out? Let's zoom out. There, we can see it now. I'll play with that one. I'll play with that. I've got batteries for it today. So this afternoon's project is I'm going to play with that, and it might end up in this video, but it will probably go in the next. We'll see you all later.